Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that really annoys me in this game because it's super easy to fix but they do not do it, and it's to improve on tags. We have so many of them that are useless. I think they need to redo some of them, they need to combine some, and like that you won't have like dead period of some tags that never get buffed. And for example we have hybrid. Hybrid, they always get some insane buffs with Gohans, and after it's the desert. And they do that because they want the tag to be relevant, and when you don't buff it for a long time, you need to drop the most OP characters to make them useful. However, if you combine that tag with another, or you add more characters to that tag, you're probably gonna have a more natural progression for the tag, and you're gonna get more buffs overall. So that's why in this video I will give you 5 new tags that I want in this game, and they would be beneficial to upgrade teams more naturally. Let's start with the first one, and the tag that I want is Earthborn Warriors. And what do I mean by Earthborn Warriors? It's basically simple. You just remove the hybrid tag, you remove the super warrior tag, and you're gonna combine them together. Now, why do I say these two tags? Let's pull them up and you will see why. Basically every single character on this are born on Earth. So what you do is you just take out the ability that is hybrid, and you take out the abilities that are super warriors, and you're gonna make them Earthborn warriors. Plus you're gonna have some characters that are Earthlings, like Jackie Chun for example, and he's not super warriors, he doesn't have too many tags, and you cannot use him for example with the new Tian, the new Krillin, which is super annoying because he doesn't have the super warrior tag. So in my opinion, you should switch out and redo the tags completely, remove the super warrior and hybrid tag, and replace the Z ability name with Earthborn Warriors, and like that we're gonna get a new very big and expensive tag that's gonna have a lot of character, and it's not gonna basically be only Gohans on hybrid with some Trunks now and then, and it's not gonna be ages when you get some Earthlings or buffs for Earthling. For example, if you drop a new Yamcha, he's gonna have his team, and he's gonna work with, for example, a new Ultimate Gohan that we get in the future. And like that, you're gonna get more progressive and better pacing for the tag. You do not need to overpower them every single time. Another that you can add to it, I think, is the androids. And androids, they're basically all born on Earth or made on Earth, and you also can combine it to it. 17 and 18, they were Earthlings that were changed to androids. You have all of them, they're Red Ribbon Army androids that were made on Earth, and you basically just combine them and add them to the Earthborn Warrior tag, and like that you remove the android's ability too, and you're gonna have one big tag. And like when we got Ultra Cell, he was dropped on his own, and they had to buff like MVP 17 and all to make it a little bit competitive. But if you had the Earthborn Warrior tag, he would have worked, for example, with Jackie Chun, he would have worked with the Tien's anniversary, and like that, Android main, Super Warriors, Hybrid, they will always get some buffs, and they will probably use their favorite character more often because they can support them with more recent ones. Now let's get to the next tag. So we got the Daima series last year, and for that Dragon Ball Legend dropped 2 new tags, which is gonna be a Daima and Weapon Wielders. The Daima one, big fan, it was a really good, well done. And the Weapon Wielder, I think it was a big mistake. You should have never done this tag, you should have done something else, which is Daima Run. And what do I mean by that? It's basically every characters that were originated from the Daima Run, basically every demon, every Majin, everyone that has the pointy ears, for example Glorio, and every character born in it. You're gonna have characters like Tamagami, who is gonna be Daima Run, you're gonna have Glorio, you're gonna have Janemba, and you're gonna have more characters like Namekians, Garlic Jr., Tapion, everyone is gonna be included, and this is gonna be better in the long run because characters like Du and Ku that do not have weapons, they have only one tag, and it's super disappointing. You cannot even use them with other Majin Boos because they are not regen, and they do not have any other tags. If you made the Dimaron one, you're gonna have every single one that have pointy ears, born in the Dimaron like Tamagamis, work in that tag very well. You're also still gonna have the Glorio, and you just had to do that instead of Weapon Wielders. Weapon Wielder, you are just gaining some like characters like Mai. She's already on Future, and it wasn't really necessary. You already used her only on Future, to be honest. Now this Dimaron tag is gonna be buffed more regularly than Weapon Wielders. And you can see that very easily because we got two LS that would have fit perfectly on it and would have worked with Ku and Du very easily, and that's Demon King Piccolo, who is an Namekians of course, and you're gonna have this guy who is a Kai, and he has the pointy ears, and he would have worked on that tag, no problem. If you wanted to buff the tag with a 1% during Fest, instead of making Mai, you could have made a base Damasu, and it could have done the drop too, and basically I think it would have been a very good idea to do that. You can still do it, make a Dimaron tag, you're gonna have way more characters to fit together, and I think in the long run it will be more beneficial, especially for characters like Dooku that do not have any other tags. Now let's get to the next one, and it's gonna be around fusions. So, anybody want to explain to me why do we have three tags that mean the same thing? Fusion Warrior, Merging, and Fusion. It's the same thing, it's different people that are combined in one person. Why not just combine it? It's not gonna break the game. Fusions, they get OP characters once in the wild. It would have been perfect to have this merging characters, especially, which is gonna be all this bunch, to be in the fusion tag, so they can support them. You can drop some support characters, some tanky characters, and like that you can keep the tag very alive. Right now, last year, we got so many Fusion Warrior Gojitas, Vegetos, and they're all dead. Because you cannot drop the same character over and over and over. You could have just made the merging tag Fusion, and sometimes you're gonna drop a Piccolo, or you're gonna drop like a baby, you can drop a Metal Cooler, or anything. It's gonna work very well with the Fusion tag, and they're gonna get some different characters that aren't Gogeta, Vegeto, Gotenks, and you can drop some support characters, tanky characters, some characters that are gonna fulfill a requirement that isn't only damage, and being overpowered. I really think they need to revamp this tag and add the merging one to it. It's not a big deal if you're gonna have Metal Rildo on it, he fused with other characters, and you also have Piccolo, who literally they wrote fused with Nate Piccolo. Just add it to the tag, it's not gonna hurt anyone, it's gonna be better in the long run if you have a more expensive tag that isn't relying on 2-3 characters only. Now let's get to the next one, which is gonna be tournament participant. Something that I think they missed out a lot on is making the Unirep tag instead of doing the tournament participant one, and I will show you why. Basically, in 2022 they added the Unirep tag, and what they did is they added every character that participated on the Universal Survival Saga tournament, and they added the characters that participated on the Universe 6 vs 7 tournament, and representative of the Universe 7 that fought in those tournaments too, combined them and made the Universal tag. Now what do you see in here? Basically everyone is gonna be a character that fought in tournaments. So what we could have done is basically made a tag that is called Tournament Participant, add everyone from USS, Universe 6 vs 7 tournament, and put them in the Tournament Participant tag. And like that, when you dropped the DB characters, which are the 23rd World Tournament one, they're gonna work very well with them because they are characters that participated in a tournament. Moreover, when you do not have USS campaigns or themed USS campaigns, they're still gonna have some buffs, and they're still gonna work because you're gonna drop characters that participated in the Cell games, for example. You're gonna have Ultra Cell, Ultra Super Saiyan 2, and the team is still gonna be alive. We had the Super Trunks, we had this guy, and they're still gonna work on the tournament participant team, and your USS characters are not gonna be dead for an entire year for no reason at all. You're also gonna have characters like Pycon, which participated on the Other World tournament, and they're gonna work perfectly fine. Like these two guys, if we get another one of them, they're gonna be a tournament participant, and you can use them with the MEY that we just got, Evo Vegeta, and so on. Same thing for Bojack movie, that was Attorney, or Jackie Chun, he won't be locked on the DB tag. Now let's get to the final one, which is gonna be Frieza Clan. This is the most no-brainer tag ever. Combine Lineage of Evil and Frieza Force together. So, characters that are Frieza Force, we never get them. And characters that are LOE, we barely get them. So combine them and we're gonna get a more consistent release schedule. Plus what you could do is every single Vegeta, even after the Namek Saga, please put them in Frieza Force, or Frieza Clan, sorry. Because, like, Frieza, you do not get him like very often. Cooler, you get him once in 3 years or something. When they release, at least they're gonna have some support cast. And if you have every single Vegeta, we get him like 3 times a year. He will work with them and he will help them. You do not have to overhaul the tag every single time. You're gonna have some characters in it. Same for DBS Broly. Do not put only the base and rage one. Put the Super Saiyan on it. Put everyone. So when we get the Super Broly, he's gonna get an extra tag, which is a Frieza Clan. Moreover, you delete every single Frieza Force Z ability which exists, and you delete every single LOE Z ability and just replace them with Frieza Clan. So like that we're gonna have some Zenkai buffs, some good Z abilities, and the team is still gonna work. Whenever we get a new Frost, a new Chilled, a new Cooler, a new Frieza, they're always gonna have a team, since we basically get Vegetas all the time. Sometimes you get Super Broly, sometimes you want a new Lineage Force, and they're always gonna have a home and a team to work on. You do not need to overhaul it every time. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what tag you want, and if you have a preference, or do you think it's a stupid idea to revamp tag? I don't know. Have a good one, and goodbye.